This is a really important video because in the upcoming days, you're going to get some massive altcoin breakouts. And I go through a few of these that I've already set up in the chart. You've seen Solana move. It's one I discussed a week or so ago. You're going to see a few of the others as well. And it's very predictable. That's not because I'm doing any kind of incredible tactics. These are just basic breakout trades. And we're in a bull market. It's already begun. The reason I know that is because the chart shows you everything. It shows you the trend. So Solana, let's just drop to an hourly chart. I showed you recently we were in this consolidation phase. That has ended now and we've broken out. And it was a very easy trade for those of you that were involved. This was the area of consolidation. This is breakout. And we're already up 20% off of that. And we'll probably keep moving. Just to give you an idea of where I think Solana will go in the near term, because the long term doesn't matter, it's the near term that counts. Because a lot of you, well, I'm hoping you're rotating through altcoins and meme coins and stuff like that the same way I'm doing, because that's the way you're going to get the most ROI, which means return on your investment. So if you have a look back through the Solana chart, you can see here previously, always look left on the chart, this is where we had a lot of price action between 77, 94. So it's going to slowly grind through these kind of levels. And then there are a few areas where we get a little bit of clear sailing until a next area where there's a lot of price action, which is around 134-ish to 145, 150. This may be later down the road. But for now, the area we're probably being attracted to like a magnet. Now, this is just a guess. This is not technical analysis, it's a guess, but it's one that I've learned. Psychological levels. So there is going to be a 100 level. And it's also a resistance level as well, just under like 98.5, around there. But we're getting close to the 100 level. Be aware of that. A couple of warnings for you. Now, just before I discuss the warnings, don't forget to hit the like button if you're enjoying the content and subscribe if you're new. I'm dropping a lot of really useful cryptocurrency content. On my channel, as you've seen recently, I also discuss NFTs, I discuss meme coins, anything in this Web3 area where you can make solid returns. This is a chart of Bitcoin. And these green areas you can see are the weekdays. The darker areas, the black areas, are the weekends. Why am I showing you this? Weekends are areas where there's lower volume. You can tend to get a lot of problems there. A lot of fake outs, a lot of sudden crashes, or sudden massive rallies that are then sold off by Monday and Tuesday. But what period of the year are we heading into? It's Christmas and New Year. Lots and lots of public holidays, very, very thin volume. So regard it in a few days, you basically regard this almost 2-week period as a low dark area and anything can happen. So you have to be very careful. In the past with cryptocurrency, yes, we've had massive rallies, but we could have massive crashes as well and setups while nobody's watching. And then the next warning is, in my experience, this current run more than ever, the run we've seen pretty much from mid-October, I'm seeing more and more people rotating like crazy. Like nothing tends to stay in one narrative. People are just jumping and everybody seems to be following the herd. That's actually a great thing if you can see how the chess pieces are being moved, because you can take advantage. Let me show you a quick example. So we talked about Solana, but let's talk about some of the coins that are doing well. So one of them that's been doing really well is Injective. Now, why is it doing well? A lot of you have been following my recent videos, you will know already why. It's because a lot of people have been using it recently for things like meme coins and even NFTs, for example. And there's, of course, other reasons. But very importantly, it's actually broken over all-time highs. This is a big deal because this is one of the few coins that have done that. After that bull run we saw all the way in 2021, it's smashed through that. So very likely it's going to go a lot further. So this is one of the coins I've been watching and trading in and out very closely. But notice another thing. I talked about this recently, and just in case it's not cemented in your head now, you are trading here on basically the beginning areas of a bull market. So you need to see a trend. And when you see a clear trend, that doesn't mean that other coins are catching up. That means this is the thing you should be following. You'll get an impulsive move, pullback, impulsive move, pullback, and so on and so forth. And literally it will be like this now all the way till the top. Some of the pullbacks will be very sharp, maybe 35, 40% or more. But we're going to keep going that way up. And that's why I said in my warning, there's going to be a big correction coming. And it will come. It always comes with crypto. The thing is, it's probably going to be quite sharp But that's not a problem. The only reason it's going to be sharp is because we moved so sharply up. So if you look at Injective, just even here from 10th of December, which is nothing, we're up 137%, which is crazy for an altcoin. Meme coin, fair enough, but an altcoin, that's crazy. So you shouldn't be surprised if the price goes down 30 or 40% because it's just moved so much, but everybody will panic. And this is why rotation is good. And quickly moving into, for example, Tether or similar, and then just holding cash and then moving back in, sometimes that can be a good thing. And rotating quickly and taking profits, because then you kind of almost a little bit more immune to this. These crashes, they don't just happen within like 4-5 hours. Yes, you can get some sharp sell-offs, but generally it happens over a period of days and things grind down. You've got plenty of time. As long as you're checking the charts once or twice a day, you're good. So just keep an eye on that. That will happen. So this is one of the ones I'm watching very closely. But again, you might want to rule this out now because it's just moved so much. And as I discussed in my recent video, which you should check out, Injective meme coins, a lot of them aren't really doing anything and the volume's kind of drying up. So the Injective meme coins, this is just my opinion, of course, I think are a waste of time right now. Don't know what's going to happen in future. Don't care. If I see them breaking out, I'll get involved. If they're not breaking out and there's no new trading volume, don't care. Let's talk about one of the old school ones. This is Cardano. And we saw a massive rally, and then we've been seeing consolidation over the last week or two. But on a smaller time frame, what are we seeing? Similar to what we saw with Solana, we've seen what looks like we could have maybe completed a correction here. And if we are, and we're getting geared up for a breakout here, that could be significant. This could be the beginning areas of a breakout where we're holding here at resistance. Now, if we keep gently pushing through, this could accelerate. And like I said, it's an old school coin. We can argue about the fundamentals of the coin. We can argue about how good their stuff is on their chain and the meme coins on there and stuff like that. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to look at the charts. The charts will tell you the narrative. They'll tell you the entire story. But what's interesting is if you actually look at the longer term chart. So if you go on a daily here, we kind of zoom out here. And if you look very carefully, you'll see that we're kind of almost making a cut pattern here. And this is massive area of accumulation. So this is going on since May 2022. So literally a year and a half, and we're at that level now where we could break out. And you would have expected price to slow down here, which I told you a week or two ago with Solana is a good thing. But then notice that if we break through with momentum and a trading volume, it's clear skies until 75 here. Very clear. And then over and above that, we're probably looking at the $1 mark as the next major kind of area. And again, not that much in this area. There's not that much trading. You can see it with your naked eye. There's not that much kind of trading gone on between those 2 points. That's a good thing looking back at the chart. So that's one of the older school ones that I'm watching very closely. And if I'm seeing it's breaking out or even just before breaking out, I'm jumping in because I want to catch these big moves. And the risk or reward is obviously well worth it. But all the while, if I see it breaking off or falling down, no problem. Take a small loss, move on. Now, just a quick note. I destroyed XRP in a recent video, and I've been joking about XRP a lot. But it's for good reason. Everything, like so much stuff pumping today, and XRP is down 0.09%. Why would you want to hold this stuff? Like, it honestly is beyond me. Like, wait for it to break out or do something. It may slowly get to this line and it may break out, or it may fake out and then just crash again. And this is a long-term trend line. So yeah, potentially it's going to move at some point. Probably before we get, if I had to guess, before we get this massive pullback, which will look like we'll get in the next few weeks. Not before everything rallies, of course. And that's why I don't think it's a big deal, because you're just selling off some of that massive rally. But when it comes just before, probably 2-3 days before, that's when XRP may wake up. And when it wakes up, yeah, it could move some. It could absolutely move some. But in the meanwhile, whilst it's doing absolutely nothing, and I just shown you another altcoin, which within days has gone up 130%, why not just cycle back into XRP? Doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, that's the good thing about cryptocurrency and exchanges. Like everything, guys, it's seconds to make transactions. Like, it's not hard to move from one to the other. When I'm trading NFTs, it's a lot more difficult. Like there's not always liquidity. It's not always easy to sell your NFT quickly, especially if people are undercutting you on floor price. But with altcoins and even meme coins, it's as long as the liquidity is there, it's a lot easier. Other one, Joe USDT. So again, if you've been watching my videos recently, you'll know why this is doing really well. This is a great site, for example, for avalanche meme coin trading. And there's been a lot of that recently, and you've seen on, let's go onto a 4-hourly chart here. But notice here from 9th to 21st, sideways, not breaking out yet. But is the correction over? Are we now beginning an impulsive move up? Good probability. Keep an eye on it. Now, if it messes around here and does nothing and then falls down again or just keeps going sideways, not interested. But if it starts to pick up trading volume, let me just add the volume on here so you can see it. If we start to get a breakout in that volume, so as it starts to get up here, these bars basically get bigger and break out of this area, and we start to move up with momentum green candles, then this could absolutely break out. But notice, this is nothing incredible, I'm telling you. It's a period of consolidation following a massive period of decent growth. Now, I mean, it's not the absolute strongest move we've seen in any altcoin with Trader Joe, but it's still decent. It's still a decent breakout. It can be traded and it may do all right. And then the other thing here, what do you see here? Previous resistance at April, same levels. That's where we're sitting right now. So let's get onto a daily chart, and we can see that after that, if we can get through this level, again, it's kind of lightish trading as we move up. And yes, we do have headwinds along the way, but still, it's a good one to consider. Next, let me show you the opposite. One I've been trading has been really good. Fetch USD. Not involved in it now. Why? Because it's not trending. Don't care why. Probably not the narrative right now. It's not the turn of AI to do its rotation and its push up. That's all good. It had good volume. I caught this move. Good volume came in. Had a little move here. And it's not even small. Like these are still good moves. These are what? 25, nearly 30%. These are decent sized moves. But it's not doing anything now. Maybe consolidating. So if you get onto a smaller time frame, let's get onto an hourly. Yes, consolidating. Had a pullback. Unsure if this move here is corrective. So I'm unsure if we're just doing a little bit more consolidation before the next leg up. It's unclear, but keep an eye on it, because if this one moves, it's going to move stronger than a lot of the other coins related to AI. The only other one I'm looking at when it comes to AI is OLAS, Autonolas. And this is one you won't be able to trade on the main exchanges. So you'll have to use something like mess around on DEX, MetaMask and stuff like that. But basically, this one is doing exactly what I wanted. Massive correction. That's what you want to see, because this is one which has huge potential. It's down 40%. I hope it goes down maybe 60% and gets back to these support levels, because then the next move up is going to be really, really strong. Because just from November here, if you just take the low here, this was well past the October moves, by the way. So let's go for 6th of November. We were up nearly 900%. That's nice, because if we move up for another leg with this particular one, and we maybe sell off a little bit more, and then we get a bit of a trend line there, and then we start breaking out, just moving back to the highs is nearly 100%. But if it's moving back with the highs, is moving back typically with the intention to go a lot higher. So that's what we're looking at. This is the kind of one where I might want to have a quick glance at market cap and stuff as well, just to get a more realistic idea, but want to keep an eye on. Not now though. Leave the AI ones. Leave the AI one. So right now, what am I doing? No AI, no meme. Why? It's done right now. Rotate out, rotate back in. Not rocket science. Meme coins as well. If you have a look at them, one of my favorite ones I was discussing recently, Kok Inu. And hey, I mean, we've had some volume come in here, so we'll see how it goes. It seems to be trying to recover in the last couple of hours, but basically it's just been selling off last two days. Not a good sign. And if you have a look at a lot of the other ones, similar situation. If you have a look at the leading ones like Bonk, what has it done since everybody was talking about it? Literally the day everybody started talking about this on YouTube, it's just gone down a lot, because by that point, it's done. Like you have to, these type of things, you have to get in early, and then usually the secondary coins and stuff, meme coins, it's not like altcoins. You've got literally a few days to max a couple of weeks and you're done. That's it. That's literally the entire cycle. And then if we get another cycle with the same coins, those will start at some point, and those will last how long? Days to weeks, probably 2-3 weeks max. So if Bonk does some next major move, which might actually be months away now, we don't know, might be months away of doing absolutely nothing, but slowly grinding down at the same time, we all have to wait, and then it might do something. I'm certainly not going to be involved because I'm not interested in the ending parts of a move. It's the earlier parts I'm more interested in. Ethereum, painful to watch. That's why I'm not involved, because why would I be involved in something that's mostly just going sideways, doing absolutely nothing? Hear about it on YouTube every single day. Triangles being drawn all over the place, saying that it's going to do some massive breakout. Yes, it will at some point, but it's not going to be massive. It's not going to be like Solana going up, like, I don't know, 40, 50% and stuff in days and stuff like that. Ethereum's not going to move like that. It's too big, it's too slow, it's too big of a market cap right now. And if you actually look at the price action off the lows, it's not been very encouraging at all. Just being honest with you. This is not good price action. You could call it all accumulation, but it's not anything you want to be involved with. Once it starts breaking out, then like Cardano, wait for it to break out, pull back, and then yeah, you can get involved after that. But you can wait. Polkadot, one I discussed recently on the channel. Classic. So I discussed it, I think it was around here. I thought it was breaking out here. It didn't, it failed. But it did the thing I've shown you guys before. It breaks over the top, traps longs, and then pulls back for a longer correction. It was doing the second option. I thought it was just going to break out from here and move up. Doesn't always just do that in a straight line. It's done the breakout now, but look what's interesting. It's now starting an impulsive move. It's only just over the highs. Hasn't moved much yet. So over the highs, it's probably only moved, 4 or 5%. What's the likelihood? We'll see how it goes, but very likely it could move a lot more. Glance at the bottom. What did you see with trading volume? Massive breakout of trading volume. Look at that. The classic. It's not difficult things to pick up on. So what I'd like you to do, I can go through these all day long, but you tell me, which coins would you like me to review? Mention them in the comment section below. And I hope you've seen from these types of videos, education here is everything. If you can educate yourself and understand how things move, why they move, and how to understand the charts, you'll be miles ahead of everybody else. And very soon, I'm going to be sharing with you all something that will really help you when it comes to that during this bull market. Thanks for listening.